What's up, bitches? It's me, in the flesh. Well, hello, everyone. This is WinglessValkyrie, otherwise known as Riffs.
You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. All right, let me go ahead and fix this.
Yeah, fix that.
Give me a second, everybody. For everybody who's listening on Anchor or Spotify, they have no idea what's going on right now. And this is exactly why you should all tune in live to the podcast on twitch.tv/WinglessValkyrie every week, because you miss out on stuff like what's happening right now. I'm not even going to explain what's happening right now. You guys will just have to come by and find out for yourselves. Okay? That's how this works. You come by, you find out for yourselves. Otherwise, you miss out. So come check us out on twitch.tv/WinglessValkyrie. We are live every Tuesday, normally, except for today, but live every Tuesday. That's the wrong webcam. Every Tuesday. I have to get used to it now being there because I'm so used to it looking over there. But anyways, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. No, 4 p.m. Yeah, because we start at 5 your time, right? Yeah, we're live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah. There you go.
4 p.m. for
4
Pacific Standard.
4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, you said it was called?
Yes.
Yeah, Mountain Standard. So, God damn it, like, this webcam, we've changed the webcam angle, so I'm constantly looking over here instead of there anyways. But anyways, God damn it. How you guys all doing? Welcome back to the podcast. This is a different time and a different day, but we decided it was a special occasion because for those of you who are listening on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, or iTunes, or whatever you listen to your podcast on, Jackson and I, for the first time ever in podcast history, are sitting in the same room together, right next to each other. It's incredible. We can get real close. It's amazing. Real close. He's moving away from his microphone, so I don't know if you could hear him, but there you go. Oh, I'm still more in webcam frame than you. This is not.
What the hell, man? Come on.
I'm adjusting this as best I can. Okay, I'm trying here. I don't know if I can give you any more room. Oh yeah, I can give you a little bit more room. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I'm gonna cut myself out a little bit so we can get the webcam still right there. And bingo. You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. That's our webcam. There you go. Does it work for you? Because it works for me. Fantastic. So we're going to start this podcast off with Lord Ghostcat giving us an Imager link. And I'll try to explain this. Oh, okay. Lord Ghostcat sent me a link to something he said in Twitch chat a while ago that says more like gay in the same room. But you know what? That's not far off. Which is also weird to say because my girlfriend is currently watching the stream. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing? She said woot, and then she said no immediately after. Fantastic.
I think we both know what that's for.
Dude, yeah, a little bit. So, by the way, guys, if you're listening on audio and you clearly couldn't tell that we were in the same room, Jackson's voice sounds a lot more crispier and a lot better because he's using a much better microphone than his normal Snowball. No, as in the webcam is not right. Well, it's fixed now, okay? I fixed it. Wait, sorry. Is the webcam supposed to be like this? Is this how you want it, sweetheart? There you go. Webcam's fixed.
There we go. Yeah.
Damn right. I'll let you in on this, guys, on Anchor. I just cut the webcam so it just shows Jackson instead of me. There you go. But if anything else that we do live and you guys miss out, hey, come by twitch.tv/WinglessValkyrie. You can watch the past broadcast of this entire stream for 60 days afterwards. And you know what? I'm probably going to do it especially for this episode. I'm probably going to upload this entire thing onto the YouTube channel because it is a special episode.
Hell yeah, it is.
And I'll do it that way. So there you go. If you guys want to watch this episode instead of just listening to it, check out the YouTube channel WinglessValkyrie. It'll be uploaded there sometime a couple days after you're hearing this, and there you go. You can check it out that way. All other episodes, you guys have to listen. You girls and guys and whatever the hell you identify as have to listen to it on Anchor or just watch it as it happens live on Twitch. Anyways, I'm gonna stop shelling that out all the time because I feel like I have to because nobody gets the point. But anyways, we're going to move right into topics for today. What do we have for topics today, Jackson Kolmikey?
Not a whole heck of a lot other than the fact that I'm here.
Pretty much. So let's talk about that. Why are you here today? What are you doing in my house?
Obviously to steal his underwear, and...
I was not aware of this. I'm aware of it now. Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm aware of it now.
Well, my parents had been bugging me ever since they moved here for a long time to actually come down and visit them and visit Kelowna because I have not been here before. So I eventually got to the point where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to come down and visit people because I have a lot of people here. And so I took a couple days off work, and here I am.
There you go. That's the long and short of it, pretty much.
I mean, yeah. So far it's been pretty good, except for the drive through the mountains, because that's it.
But you said it wasn't snowing on the drive.
It was very little snow.
Yeah.
Thank God.
It could have been a lot worse.
I actually made some really good time, and I only got stuck behind a semi once.
Nice.
So I consider that a win.
That is a win. I agree.
But luckily I had no issues, no near misses or anything. There was a couple accidents, but fortunately I was not part of them.
You keep talking. I'm going to close the closet behind us because that looks awful on camera. Also, talk with chat. Chat's still talking to you.
And Hollydale asks, did you drive alone? And the answer is yes, because I am a very, very lonely bastard. So I did do the drive alone earlier in the morning, so it wasn't as bad as it could be. I didn't drive it during the night because screw that.
Yeah, not bad enough driving through the mountain pass. Ugh.
Yeah, thankfully Rogers Pass was kind enough to me to just let me continue on and go through. Because there has been many a time where they completely close that road and you are SOL. Up shit creek without any sort of paddle.
Even though it's a road. You don't paddle on roads, but I get your reference.
When it's covered in ice and snow, you can paddle through it.
Sure. I wouldn't want to try, but I'm sure you could. Join the club. What club are we joining? Mr. Alone? Probably. Mr. Friday. Also, I found out who you are, Mr. Friday. Mr. Friday is from my work. Mr. Friday is also someone who keeps on inviting me to his Dungeons & Dragons campaign that he plays every... What day is today? Saturday? So it would be Thursday nights? No. Friday. No. It's either Friday or Thursday nights he plays his Dungeons & Dragons campaign, and he always invites me, but they start at 7.
When you be going to bed?
Yeah, and they go until roughly 11 or midnight, and then I wake up at 3 a.m. for work. And so does he, the little bastard. So I don't understand why he goes so late, sleeps so little, and then works 8 hours the next day. Granted, he only has to work 8 hours. I work 10. So I have a little bit more, but still, he's like, you should come play. And I'm like, no. Like, you guys start at 7, and 7 is when I should, because Hollydale will call me out and knows this. 7 o'clock's when I should be going to bed. I don't, but it's when I should be going to bed. So yes, Friday nights 5:30 till 11 p.m. Yeah, no. 11 p.m. is a freaking awful time.
About how long have you guys been playing that campaign? I'm curious.
That's a good question. They just started. They've been playing for a while, but they recently just refreshed their campaign. I know that. So he's playing a cleric now. Yeah.
That actually segues fantastically into something I want to say.
Cool. Go for it. I like you talking more often now, especially now that I can physically make him talk more.
But for tomorrow, my parents and I and Torsten and Kendra are actually going to be playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Quick side note for everybody. Kendra is Be My Hero from last stream, and Kendra is also Hollydale in the Twitch chat. Why her name is Hollydale and not Be My Hero is beyond me. I'm sorry for the confusion. Hollydale, Be My Hero, and Kendra are all the same person.
Yes, I apologize. It's just how I know her. But we are playing that with my parents, who have never played any sort of Dungeons and Dragons.
Are you going to talk about how your mom is very outstanding in her field?
She's already got her character set, and she's into it.
All on her own. Like she read the player's handbook by herself and then made a character by herself.
Yeah,
essentially. Like that blows my mind.
She just asked what I was just any questions she had, she asked me, and but for the most part, she seems to have got it.
Which blows my mind.
She's a smart woman.
I didn't say she wasn't, but your mom's also the same age as my mom. And if I gave my mom the player's handbook for D&D, she'd read it and she would just have this puzzled look the entire time, I don't understand why I'm reading this. So maybe I'm not giving my mom enough credit, but my mom's never been into game. She did, however, I just remember this. She told me she played D&D when she was little in high school. However, it's probably drastically changed since the last time she played, because I remember she bought me a Dungeons and Dragons starter kit one year, I think for Christmas. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was for Christmas, and it was like the old one with the big red border and the old dragon on the chessboard picture, if you know what. Yeah. And it was in that box, and it came with the Mines of Phandelver, if you know that campaign.
Oh, and then you were doing like a single player.
Yeah, and I tried to play it by myself, and I couldn't do it, and I never understood like how it was supposed to play it, and I just never touched it again. And of course, I found out it was because you need a dungeon master and at least one other player. You can't dungeon master yourself, or maybe you can in that starter edition, and I was just too stupid to figure it out, which is totally fair. So maybe I'm not giving my mom enough credit, and if she's listening to this, I'm sorry, but I don't see your mom or my mom reading the player's handbook and creating a Dungeons and Dragons character virtually by themselves. But I'm surprised by your mom, and maybe I'd be surprised by my mom as well. That's totally fair.
If enough incentive, I'm sure she would love to do it.
Probably.
That's
could
the
be.
whole thing is like, she isn't too down for that.
Yeah, she's never really been that kind of person.
Yeah.
So, and I say that, but she's played video games with me, or at least tried to. And she did play D&D when she was young, so like maybe I'm just don't know my mother well enough to make that sort of comment. But
that's fair.
That's fair. So I guess we'd only know if they ever tried. So who knows? But anyways, sorry, continue with your thing on your mom.
So yeah, she's gotten her character kind of all figured out. She's a little halfling rogue, which I find hilarious because, my mom's short.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna put herself as average, as she always says she is.
Because halflings are average height.
Exactly.
Hence the name halfling.
So we're getting ready for that for tomorrow. I personally don't have a character just yet because I'm going to roll the crap out of mine.
That reminds me. Sorry, this is not related to the podcast at all. Sweet, Holly Dell, Be My Hero, Kendra. I have a character sheet for you and a spell sheet and a backstory sheet. I know you said you probably have your own sheets, but I printed them out on very, very nice paper. So I'll give those to you tonight when I pick you up for rehearsal. To anybody listening to this on Anchor and everything, they're like, why is this in this podcast? This is like long done 3 days ago this happened kind of thing, but she's here right now. It's in my brain. I'm saying it. So anyways, hey, Lily Lilac Tea showed up. She said, ta-da, it's your lovable potato. Her name's Lily Lilac Tea, but she's our lovable potato.
No. I'm pretty sure I'm the lovable.
Oh, you're the lovable potato. Okay. Thank you, Lily Lilac Tea, for saying that Jackson's a lovable potato.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate it too. Anyways, continue with the story. Sorry.
Where was it?
Oh, never mind. Lily just said she's the better potato. Give that one to her.
Sure.
It's cool. She's a female. Females are always the better potatoes.
See,
Torsten 2019. Females are always the better potatoes. Put that on a quotation book.
Well, someone's gonna do it.
Someone will do it.
Maybe it's gonna be Lord Ghost Cat.
It could be. I don't think so. He probably came to just give me that link and then fuggered off to play his video games or watch porn. Because let's all be honest.
That is something you would do.
Clearly, he's guaranteed. We're going to move straight on from that back to Dungeons and Dragons and your mother. That seems weird to segue from that to your mother, but we're going with it.
But yeah, so I haven't built my character just yet. I'm gonna roll literally everything. So from class to name to how old they are, what's happened in their life, everything. I'm just gonna roll with it. So as I find that if I were to pick something and make something, it wouldn't be as interesting for the other players.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna go full on random and see if I can actually roleplay that character as it should.
Oh, you're going to try and roleplay it as well.
Yes.
Oh boy.
That's where it's gonna get.
I'm gonna push you on that.
That's fine.
Because I'm gonna full on roleplay every NPC and every encounter.
Okay, by roleplay, I mean play as that character would, not actually be like acting.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I'm not taking my comment back. I'm still pushing you.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
If I have to go like really high female voice, well, I'm may or may not be happening.
I mean, spoilers. There's female NPCs in the one shot I have set up for you, and I have to voice them if you encounter them or not. You could encounter none of the NPCs, or you can encounter all of them. That's the great thing. I don't know, but they're there just in case. So.
Well, my mom's probably gonna try and steal shit from people, but
great. she can try.
She can definitely try. But no, her character is really interesting because the stats that she rolled, well, there are some really, really, really good ones, and some really bad ones. Like they're almost crippled in these areas bad. So she's definitely gonna be a little bit difficult to.
Don't say what she put the stats on.
No, it's all good. I'm not saying that, but it's going to be interesting to see how she makes out with it. That's for sure.
I'm most excited for your dad.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm most excited for your dad to play, because I have absolutely no idea what to expect. If he's gonna be full gung ho in it to win it, or extremely passive, just like sure kind of thing. I don't know, and it could go either way. Exactly, it could go either way.
He is such a wild card.
He could be more in it than me and you and Kendra put together, or he could be so distant from it and just whatever. I don't know.
I feel like he can do both at the same time, because that's just the kind of person he is. He's gonna have a lot of fun just like screwing with everybody else in the party, and then just doing his own.
I'm gonna make it known right off the bat. There's no killing each other in this game.
He's gonna do jokes and stuff, but he's not gonna go and try and kill everyone.
Okay, good, because I won't allow it. There will be no killing from the party members. Stealing from other party members, maybe. But killing party members? No. Not allowing that. That goes for you too, Kendra. Also, Kendra said, I'm going to put that on your gravestone. Females are the better of the potatoes. Or whatever I said. Females are the better potatoes? Yep. Something like that. Is either better potatoes or better of the potatoes. Whatever I said, it was females are the best potatoes. Something like that. Mm-hmm. So look forward to seeing that on my gravestone in 212 years, because that's when I plan on dying.
Really?
Damn right. Thank you. Oh, hey, Lord Ghostcat's come back. He said, I'll kill my party if I want to. Not if the DM lets you, or doesn't let you, I mean, so.
Only if they are children.
Also, Kendra said only if they're children. This is I don't know if we ever talked about this on the podcast.
No, we have not.
Okay, do you want to share that story? You're sharing the story because this is you, the special guest. You're the special guest today because you're here live in the person.
I mean, I am special, but that's besides the point.
Okay. You can talk about how Kendra wanted to devour children and how none of us, myself included, the DM, were the wiser because her alignment was chaotic good.
Yes.
Or no, it was neutral.
Was it neutral?
Whatever it was not in the fact of eating children.
Wonderful.
There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. For the quick jump cut, listening in just audio, we had a bit of microphone problems, but it's been fixed now, and Jackson should sound a hell of a lot better for you. I apologize for the first bit of bad audio on Jackson's behalf. It has been fixed. Carrying on with the podcast. Where did we leave off? Talking about your mom and your dad making characters and everything?
We were talking about how we had a neutral good character trying to go cannibal.
Yes. Kendra's neutral good character that went cannibal. Go ahead.
So we did a one-off with Torsten being the DM. I think it was his second time?
Yep. Second time ever DMing. It was my second time ever DMing, first time creating the one-shot. The first game I did was all pre-made. The NPCs, the encounters, and everything was pre-made for me, and I just followed the notes. The second one, I made everything on my own, made all the encounters, made the whole story.
And it was very well done, I will say.
Thank you. So, second time DMing in total, first time writing everything. But go ahead.
So, it was myself, Kendra, and one friend from work. Is this the same friend?
Nope. This is a different friend. So, Mr. Friday, I don't know if he wants his name known on stream or not. I don't think he cares. So, this is Alex from work, but the guy we had was named Mike.
Right.
Mike was the other guy from work that was in the second game we played.
Yes, so it was the three of us. I was playing a elven warlock. Then there was a human rogue. Was it human?
Nope, tiefling. She was a tiefling rogue.
Tiefling rogue. And then there's the goody two-shoes. Or so we thought.
Or so we thought.
And she was playing a... was it a halfling bard?
It was a halfling
with
bard.
bagpipes.
Yeah, halfling bard with bagpipes as her weapon.
Which was hilarious.
And again, she, on her character sheet, which I could see as a DM and she could see, it said neutral good. Neutral good. Just keep that in mind as we continue this story.
It was a gnome, so that's even smaller. No.
Oh, what did we say before?
We said halfling.
Right, sorry, no, a gnome. So, short. Short with big fucking bagpipes.
So, we meet a couple of kids in this little dungeon, of which we were trying to steal the stuff that they stole from someone else. And so, after the fact that we had gotten the goods and the people, we were attacked by the person who had put us up to the job. During that fight, actually, the two kids had run away into the forest, never to be seen again. After we had killed the people that were attacking us, the gnome goes over to the entrance to the cave that we were in, and kind of just looks around, turns back around, have a really sad look on her face, being like, breakfast ran away. And everyone in the entire game was like, wait, what?
Myself included, who should have known.
Should have known better.
Should have known better. Haha, hilarious.
Hey, there's a pun, I'm taking it.
Also, to be fair though, that was not the first time we heard about her wanting to devour the kids or do something with the kids, because she tried to get your attention to do something with the kids and you walked away.
My character didn't give two shits about the kids because, he serves demons.
Yeah, but she wanted your help so she could eat the kids. And we thought she wanted your help to move them out of the cage and get to safety, because that's how she was playing it up. There's spiders everywhere.
Yep.
We need to be safe and everything. Can you help me? And she's trying to whisper to you and you're walking away. And then you're finally like, what? And she's like, help me tie them up.
And I'm just like, excuse me? You're the one who wants to actually help them. And that's what she had done the entire time. She was like adamant that we needed to help these kids. While the other two, the warlock and the rogue, were like, we just need the stuff.
Yeah.
We don't really care.
Don't care about the kids. I just want the stuff they stole and get the money paid. So
it turns out we really should have listened to the gnome.
Yeah, but see, and like again, from my perspective, looking at her character sheet, she was neutral good. There was no reason she would then suddenly want to change her alignment and eat the kids. And I talked to Kendra afterwards, but she had put neutral good because she wasn't really set on an alignment. She didn't know where she wanted the character to go yet, so she was just kind of going with it on the fly. And then she told me as you guys are playing, she decided the gnome was going to have a front of being cutesy and adorable, but inside just, I want to devour children. So, and that was the actual alignment she wanted for her, but she just didn't change it on her sheet. So this whole time I'm thinking, yeah, she wants to save these kids. That makes sense. This is a good dynamic between the people who just want to kill the kids or not care about the kids and leave them to die and just take the stuff, and the person who actually wants to save them. This is a good role-playing dynamic. When all the while she was like, can I get you two to help me tie these kids up so we can gut them and eat their innards and then take the stuff they stole and get paid?
Needless to say, we were thoroughly bamboozled.
Mm-hmm. So it made for a better game that way, I will say.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. I'm kind of hoping she does not do the same thing in this
in
coming
tomorrow's
game.
There goes her whole character just out the window.
At the same time, it'd be really funny.
It would be funny. However, this is going to be on paper, and I'm going to know it before we start. So if she changes it on the fly, that's a little different. So, but anyways, I was going to add a comment to that, but I can't remember. Right. I will say, if her character was chaotic evil or chaotic, lawful chaotic, I guess it would be.
Chaotic good?
Chaotic good still doesn't seem like eating children.
Honestly, that sounds lawful evil at best.
Lawful evil or even chaotic evil. But even chaotic evil, then you'd be doing
evil?
everything, like killing your own party members.
Yeah.
So,
maybe lawful evil is probably the best one for that.
Sure, but if her character was lawful evil to begin with, you three would have fit in too well. There would have been no dynamic between you two, or
No.
between you three. You all would have been like, fuck the kids, kill them, eat them, take the stuff, hand it in, get paid, party done, session over. And it still would have been fun, but it would have been a lot easier and not as much role playing. But with that dynamic and then the big twist at the end, it made for such a better experience that we're even still talking about today. So good on you, Kendra Hollydell, for your twist in character alignment. I'm still mad at you for not changing it so that I knew, but regardless, it was still fun, and I'm proud of you. And I'm hoping for fun stuff tomorrow. Don't kill Jackson's parents.
Please don't.
Please.
I'm free game, but like,
Oh, really?
yeah, if that's the way it goes.
Okay, they're gonna have their first they're gonna find an NPC. They're gonna be talking to him, and she's like gonna go over to you and just be like, "Hey, what do you think about the goods he's selling?" Knife in the stomach. Or something.
That bad, huh?
Keep the DM on his toes. I don't like that. I mean, I do, but I also don't. The DM is totally on their toes 24/7 already because players are notoriously unpredictable. You can set up everything possible in every situation for everything to go known to man, and players will still do something you're not prepared
throw the
for.
Cheese.
Yeah, and then they'll throw the cheese down the hill, and you're not prepared to catch it, and you have to make yourself prepared because you're the DM, you're the god of the world, and you need to tell them what is happening. Even when you don't know what's happening, you fucking make it up on the spot, like, so you threw the cheese down the hill.
Dice, give me
Oh
strength.
god, this is what happened. Fuck, I don't know. So.
I mean, that's usually what it goes. You give like two things, you get like a 20-sided dice, evens and odds. Let's see what happens.
Pretty much. So, but I have no doubt tomorrow is going to be fun. It's going to be a great experience. It's going to be for me, it's going to be a huge learning experience because it'll be my third time DMing. I'm comfortable with DMing now, like especially on Roll20 because I know everything and how it all works. I'm very comfortable with that. But it's my first time DMing live. It's also my first time ever playing Dungeons and Dragons live.
Is it?
Yeah, I've never played it live. Huh. I've had the first time I ever played Dungeons and Dragons was on Roll20 with with Dalton and Apocalyptics, who's
That's right.
Yeah, with Dan and a buddy of his, Bellador, who was our DM, and I played a Dragonborn sorcerer. So, which is also if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and you're getting into it and like this is the first time ever playing, don't play a magic wielder. You're gonna be so goddamn lost.
It's easier just to hit things with clubs.
I discovered that because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea how magic works. I was handheld the entire time. And then I decided to go off on my own and just do my own stuff. And I lit a forest on fire because I didn't know Cone of Flames had an area of effect. And I still didn't understand, like, this is an ever-changing world and your actions matter. So I
burned down
burned down a forest because we encountered a goblin thing in the forest. And I was just reading through spells, and I was like, burning hands does this amount of damage and stuff. And I was like, cool, clicked burning hands. And then Bellador was like, all right, so you did burning hands in the forest to the goblin. He did the damage stuff, and I was like, yep, and the goblin died into a smoldering pile. Also, you've lit a tree on fire. And I was like, okay, kind of thing. And we continued on, and then as we were continuing on, he was like, by the way, that forest you left is still burning, and you're in the town now next to the forest, and the people in that town are starting to get real scared, and they see the smoke rising, and these new people rolled up, and they're looking at you like, did you cause that? And I was like, roll to not go to jail and stuff. And then this all took me by surprise, because it's my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, holy shit. From that one spell I did to kill one goblin, and now all this shit is happening, and it just blew my mind. And that's why I love Dungeons & Dragons so much, because every single little thing, if you have a good DM, matters. You could also have a DM that just, you have burning hands, and you kill the goblin, and they leave it at that.
Sometimes that's the way they want to as well.
That's true. Some are like that. I like the mindset of like Bellador, the DM I had, and Matthew Mercer was like, every little thing that you do matters. every single thing that happens changes the world, and might not even like instantly. Like Matthew Mercer from Critical Role, his players will do something in in episode 24 or something. They'll do one little thing that takes 5 minutes out of their time, never hear about it again. And then episode 87 rolls around, and Matthew's like, by the way, and then all this shit comes out, or these players come out from this one thing, and it's like, oh my god, that's like, because he cares about the world and it's ever changing, and that's the kind of DM I want to be. Not like, you did the thing is done, carry on. Like, you did the thing, but Abada will remember that. I don't know. But anyways, sorry, I'm talking too much. We have a little bit of time left. What do you want to talk about for the last little bit? We talked about you being here and why you're here. We talked about Dungeons and Dragons quite a bit. Did we talk about really anything else?
Nah, I don't know. That's just kind of basking in the reality of the, hey, we're here live without any extra shit.
Right? It's amazing. I don't have to look at a webcam of you. I don't have to set up Discord calls. Everything is running so much smoother because I have so many less programs open with talking to you over the chat and having 2 webcams going. This is so nice. It's so much easier. Should just be here every fucking day. Or every day. Every week for this podcast. Can you make that trip every week? 6-hour drive every week?
Give me a
back and
grand
forth?
every time.
A grand every time? I think that overpays for gas.
It isn't for the gas.
What is it? Oh, for the work day missed?
For that, and the stress of actually going through and getting here, and then driving back in the dark.
Oh, yeah. Just go back this next day in the morning. Then it won't be dark. You'll be fine. So. I have a good idea. We've never really done this on the podcast. How about for the last 15 minutes here, we do a Q&A. Now that we're both here. There you go. Wait.
I mean, that's a pretty good first question.
There you go. Hollydale, Jackson, are you coming for dinner? I don't know. Are you coming for dinner, Jackson?
I mean, sure.
Yes. All right, sweetheart. I didn't know we were having dinner or everything, but I guess Kendra and I are having dinner and you're invited.
Nice. I get the third wheel.
There you go. Congratulations. See, and Kendra's like, keep the DM on his toes. No, also keep the boyfriend on his toes. Really, like, oh, by the way, we're having dinner. Oh, by the way, is Jackson coming to the dinner that you knew we were having? So, there you go. Well, there's question number 1. Does anybody else have any questions and answers? By the way, anybody, if you're listening to this podcast on Audible or Anchor or iTunes or Spotify, not Audible. Why did I say Audible? This is not a note. This is not a book. If you're listening to it, any kind of podcast app thing, and you wanted to ask us questions and you didn't watch the stream live, don't worry, because if you download Anchor today on iOS or Android, when you open the podcast, there's a little button down there where you can leave us a voice message. You just click the thing, record the message you want us to listen, and then the next podcast, we will play it live on Twitch as we're podcasting and listen to your comments or answer your questions, whatever you'd like. And there you go. It's a cool little thing you can do. Nobody's ever done it, so you could still be the first to ever do it. And then you'll be forever known as the very first person to ever leave us a voicemail on Anchor. It's free. It's on everything that you could possibly have, Android and iOS compatible. Do it.
What about Linux?
It's not on Linux. Well, actually, no, because Anchor is a website. So if you're using your desktop, it's on a website. But if you're using like your phone, Android, and
I'm being a little shithead.
Come on, I'm just checking because you made a good point. I was like, wait, I don't know, but I guess it's a web page. Then yeah, probably. So, but yeah, does anybody else have any questions? While we're waiting for more questions, we got to fill the void with random talks. What are you listening to, Jackson? What kind of music are you listening to recently? What is driving your moods, your feel goods?
Well, if it's what I'm thinking you're asking me about, it's the random Legend of Zelda stuff I found.
I'm literally just filling the void while we wait for questions.
Nice.
So wasn't trying to get real deep or anything.
Well, it's just lately, and quite annoyingly, I found it's called Zelda and Chill, and it's just like a remixed version of a lot of different versions of songs in Legend of Zelda, and it's remixed to be really soothing, and just it puts you in a zone. Like, I was playing a really stressful game like a couple nights on Wednesday, and it was a really stressful multiplayer game, and everybody else was kind of freaking out what was going on. I was just sitting there like, yeah, man, it's all good.
What game is that?
Stellaris.
Oh, Stellaris, right.
Remember? We had the con, and it was just like, ah!
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were playing that on Wednesday. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I had that just going on in the background, and it was awesome. So good. Just put it on loop for the entire night, and it was great.
There you go. Holly Dell asks, how did you two become friends?
Oh, boy.
You take it away.
Quite honestly, the big thing that, like, got him, like, put us together was actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm fairly certain you brought your cards just randomly one day. Like, River and I were playing it one day, and you were just like, oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, because I had seen you two in the lunchroom playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I had my own Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, but I never played with anybody. I just collected them. And then I saw you guys playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the lunchroom all the time. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this noise. And I brought my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck the one day, and I was like, fucking rights, I'm in this. Let's go. How do I play? These are my cards. What am I doing?
And from there, it just kind of like he just like stuck on. It's just like, oh, okay, this is my life now.
And like 12 years later, here we are or something.
Basically,
Pretty much. It's over a decade. I don't know the exact number, but it's over a decade. Because we're 20. You're 23 as well, aren't you? Yeah, we're 23 now, and this would have been
grade 6.
No, it was before grade 6.
You sure? Because you met in Percy.
Yeah.
Which is grade 6 to 8.
You're right. Yeah, so it would have been grade 6. So if we well, let's do the math here. Because if we graduated in 2013, pull up the calculator here. So we were grade 12, 2013.
It's been 6 years since then.
So, hold on. Okay, so 2013 was
so
a grad.
12.
That's 2. So minus how many years? 6. No. Yes, 6. Yeah. So we met in 2007. So if it's 2019 now, yeah, it's over a decade. So 17, 18, 19, 12 years. I was right. Yeah, so we've known each other for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, you're old.
I know, right? Feels bad, man.
We're both old. Goddamn. So, but I think I told you this before, but like according to scientists, if you and a friend are essentially friends for 7 years or longer, you will be friends for life.
Hell yeah.
So
I mean, fuck.
Shit. Had to deal with this asshole for longer.
Ah, shit.
Damn right.
Kendra, save me. No.
There's no saving you now. You're locked into this podcast until the 500th episode.
Oh, God. I'd be impressed if we made it that far.
You know, I don't even know how many episodes we have. Like, officially, according to Anchor, we have, like, I think 21. Really? But that's just on Anchor. If we count all the episodes that we did strictly on YouTube, going as far as like 5 years ago, I went back and I watched our very first podcast episode ever. My God, it's awful. It's so bad. Like, I'll quickly pull it up. I won't watch the whole thing, but I'll just show you like visually what it looks like.
Oh no!
Good
I don't
Lord.
want to even see this.
It's so bad.
Oh, why are you making me do this?
It's awful. I'll share it on this live stream as well, so you guys can just look at it. And
no!
It's so long ago as well. Let me see, because this will tell you how long we've been doing this podcast, but we haven't been doing it like religiously every single week. We've taken huge breaks for like multiple months in between as well. So
because we had to.
So we haven't been doing the podcast religiously. Otherwise, then we definitely have over 500 episodes. Where is it?
Right there.
Yeah, Wings and Riffs podcast number 1.
3
3 years ago.
Oh, Lord.
I'll link this one in chat for anybody who wants to watch this as well.
Oh.
And this is before you had a webcam, remember? So you told me to just put up a picture for you of whatever, and I put a goddamn Timo Poro as your picture.
Piece of shit.
September 21st, 2015 is when we did our first ever Wings and Riffs podcast. And it was just the Wings and Riffs podcast back there. It wasn't Wings and Riffs totally unstructured.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then we did this the same as we're doing it right now. We live streamed it. Somewhat of a similar look. Separate webcams and the logos are a bit, but similar. This looks way better now.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Timo Poro.
That's true. You're not a Timo Poro anymore. The second podcast, this one here with featured Lord Ghost Cat, you had a webcam for that one. So
did I?
Yep. I can show it to you right here.
Where was I? I was at.
You were still in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
You know how I know?
Was.
Because that's your background.
Yes. That is very much.
Yeah, and we had that. So, yeah, this was This is what the podcast looked like in the second episode.
Oh, jeez.
Back when this was when I lived in the downstairs unit of this building, and I had the blue screen behind me.
Oh, God.
That was years. Well, years. It was in 2015.
Oh,
so
God. It looks so bad.
right, yeah. My goodness gracious. But yeah. So that was the podcast 3 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
For anybody who's not going to go to the links, I'll just pull this up and just show you guys live on here for a second. So this is what the podcast looked like in September 21st, 2015. Let me just pull this up. By the way, you guys, if you're watching this or if you're listening to this again on Anchor, this video will be live on the YouTube channel, WinglessValkyrie. You can check it out there, and you can actually see everything that I'm talking about. So let me just see if I can video capture. Video capture 1. Nope, that's just a webcam again. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do.
Lord Ghost Cat is asking, when am I getting my second cameo on the podcast, by the way?
Cameo or just special guest? Because cameo would be like
Him popping in.
yeah,
and then
popping in
away.
without us announcing that he's here. If you want to be another special guest, you definitely can be. If you just want a cameo, then talk to me off stream and we'll figure it out.
We'll just put his face just at the beginning for like 1 minute and then just...
Exactly, that's his cameo. It's like Stanley, except we just freeze frame a horrible picture of him or something. Okay, this should be the right one. There you go. So everybody on stream can now see this is what the podcast looked like September 21st, 2015. I had a horrible webcam. I was using the headset in the headphones I was using. It was awful.
Oh,
you didn't
God.
even have a webcam.
Nope.
And you were also using the microphone in your headset because I bought you a snowball many, many episodes after. Well, I helped you buy the snowball.
Yes.
Many episodes after, so you could have good quality audio.
And I still
in the
have
podcast.
that.
You still have it. It's good. It's not as good as like the microphone you're using right now.
Oh,
but
fuck
this
no.
microphone's also like $200, and the snowball was like 70, 80,
Something like that,
something
yeah.
like that. So yeah. And then this one also uses XLR, which you need an audio interface for, whereas the snowball is just USB. Plug it into the computer and it works.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. But there, that's how that used to look. But now we have since upgraded, and the podcast now looks like this. So much better, right? We have animated things. We have a nice little Wings and Riffs show live with the chat in a little special box and everything.
Instead
It's
of like
great.
smack dab in the
Just
middle.
smack dab in the middle, just rolling.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, it looks nice. But that about does it. We are 3 minutes until we got to quit, and then apparently we both got to go to dinner.
Apparently.
Woo! So
I'd like to know what we're having for dinner.
that's a good question. Kendra, where are we going to eat? No, I'm not deciding. You pulled me into this. You're pulling me and him where we're going.
Oh, God. She's gonna make me decide.
Oh, God. You've been here for one full day. Where are we going to eat? You only know Munan's Post. That's it.
You have an Arby's?
We probably do. I don't know, but we probably do.
God damn it!
Look at that. She just asked you, where do you want to eat?
I mean, I don't mind Lord Ghost Cat's idea.
Lord Ghostcat said eating ass. Very appropriate. Once again, I am sorry, parents, if you're listening to this.
Hey, I mean, I'm a degenerate. What do you want from me?
We're both degenerates, let's be real.
I
Almost
mean-
everyone who listens to this podcast, except for you, random listener, are degenerates. You're special, though, random listener. You're cool. And you know it, and everyone else knows it, and I know it. Jackson knows it. You're cool. Everyone else is a degenerate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that Lord Ghost Cat.
Damn
asshat.
right. My God. Oof. Did you hear he likes to eat ass? It's a shitty deal.
I want to beat you right now, and I have the power to do it
You
now.
have the power to do it now.
I'm not going to do it on Twitch because that's illegal.
I got him. I just have to stream 24/7. He can never abuse me.
Oh, there's different ways of doing that.
Okay. No mental abuse either. That's also illegal on Twitch.
God damn it.
All right. Oh, we missed a question. Mr. Friday said laser tag tomorrow night at 7. A, where the hell do you play laser tag in Kelowna? I didn't know you could play laser tag in Kelowna, and I immediately want to know right now. B, oh my God, how have I never thought you need to go to VR Arcadia? You're finally here. You can try a VR headset. Oh my God. Why didn't I think of that?
I don't know.
Why are we going for dinner? You need to go to VR Arcadia and try a virtual reality game and wear the Vive. God damn. Oh, no, we don't have time. Shit. Fuck, why didn't I think of that? Because I told you about that when I went the first time, and I told you about it when I went the second time, and then I told you that I took my mother there, and how she climbed Mount Everest. It's so cool! Fuck, we don't have time! Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Anyways, Kendra apparently knows where to go for laser tag. Apparently there's a place called Planet Laser that I never knew about, but cool.
God damn it, Kendra, what the hell?
Can we go after rehearsal? Is VR Arcadia open after 9 o'clock p.m.? If it is, fuck yeah. I doubt it. I don't give a shit that I work tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. We're going to VR Arcadia if it's open after 9. And your parents are letting you because you're a grown-ass man. And you can do what you want.
They don't care.
So, and as long as Kendra, you don't work tomorrow. You're fine. No, she has rehearsal. But you don't have rehearsal until 11. And she's also the one suggesting we go after rehearsal. So it's fine. Anyways. So also laser tag tomorrow. Apparently we can go to Planet Laser. Never heard of it, but we could do that. But also tomorrow night at 7, no, because after I'm done work tomorrow, I am booked. We're doing the D&D game with you and your parents and Kendra, like we mentioned, and then afterwards, depending on how long that goes, it shouldn't. The way I've set it up, it should not take all night. In reality, but again, players are notoriously unpredictable. I don't know what you people are gonna do, so who knows? But after we're done. Then we are playing Smash Brothers with everybody there, parents included, which again still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I got my mom playing Smash.
Rehearsals at 1. Oh yeah, sorry, your rehearsals at 1. Not even 11. You're fine. So, anyways, yeah, that about wraps it up for the first ever yearly in-person podcast.
Get outta here.
Okay, maybe not yearly, but the first ever in-person podcast, and I appreciate all of you for coming down. I know it's a different time than normal and a different day than normal, but you know, kind of special situations required us to kind of make it today and at this time. So there you go. Also, because of this, there will not be a podcast on Tuesday because you're traveling back on Tuesday, and we're doing this podcast anyway. So it'll be like podcast a couple days and then a podcast again. So it will have a podcast today, February 16th, as we're live streaming it, and then we'll have another podcast, not the Tuesday coming up, but the podcast will then return February 26th. So we have a podcast today, the 16th, and then 10 days later on the 26th, live as well, just so everyone's up to date on the schedule. But after that, that's about it. Yeah. Sign off, I guess. So thank you guys so much for being here.
For supper.
I don't know. I'll call Kendra afterwards and be like, "Hey, you threw this upon us. Where are we going?" So, anyways, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys all coming out, even at the random time and the random stuff. And thank you, Jackson, for coming by and letting me set up a proper microphone and do all this stuff. And it was fun doing this in person. It was very, very different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I'm a lot more active when I'm able to slap you.
Right? You also talked way more, which I'm so happy for, because I've said numerous times, I just want you to talk more. And you did. I feel this was equal. I feel like this is probably the first podcast where like talking on each side was like equal.
Well, you can always watch it.
I could.
And like time every time.
I could. That will take me 1 hour, 1 minute, and 37 seconds as of right now, but I could. So, anyways, that about does it for this podcast. Thank you guys for being here once again. This podcast will be live. The full video and audio will be live on the YouTube channel, WinglessValkyrie. So if you guys wanted to see us both live in person on the webcam and just talking about all the stuff that you only hear in audio, you can check that out on YouTube. If not, the podcasts, like all our other podcasts, are available on Anchor, Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And once again, if you want to leave us a voice message, you just download Anchor. It's free for Android and iOS. Listen to any of our podcasts, leave a voice message, I'll get notified. We'll play it live on our next podcast, and if it's just a statement, we'll take your statement, even if it's good or bad, and if it's a question, we'll listen to it, and we'll answer it to the best of our abilities. And yeah, that would be pretty fun. And no one's ever done it yet. You can still be the first. Don't miss out on being the first person. It's very, very important. You can put that on a resume. When you give it, I was the first person to leave a voice message for the Wings and Riffs Totally Unstructured podcast. That would look good.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Torsten Nogel. This is Jackson Komaiki, and we are signing off. And once again, we will be back on the 26th of February with regular podcasts as is. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye. Peace.